Nam- Namo Arihantanang, Namo Siddhanang, Namo Ayaryanang, Namo Uvachayanang, Namo Loye Savasahunang, Eso Panchanamo Karo, Savapava Panashano Manglanancha Savvesim, Padmang Havai Mangalang. Gauravji, if you can recite the Gayatri Mantra.
I would request if someone else can do. I don't
Okay,
want
no
to
problem.
make
No
any error
problem.
there.
Yes, Gemini Ben is our specialist in that one. So she will be reciting the Gemini ji, if you can recite the Gayatri Mantra.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Welcome, Gauravji. I think my son already made you. Sachin is the handling, technical part. That's my younger son, Sachin. And, I think he probably made you co-host, I think.
Let me check quickly. Yes, so
Yes.
you can share, so I'm good.
Yes. So you have a control of that one too, And I sent you that in the beginning we can talk about your wisdom sharing. And then if anybody has a question, they can ask you. And if you can be kind enough to take us to the meditation also.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Damayanti ji, aapko and the whole group for inviting me and making me part of your group energy. So thanks very much, and it is all about energy, and that's what we will see in today's session as well. So the topic for today that we'll be covering is let your genes reverse your age. Now, what it means is, and how to do what, all those details we will see, because this is one area which was fascinating me for a couple of years, actually. And the reason this was fascinating because of the different age group that I was observing in day-to-day life, that how people are getting impacted. We understand if somebody in late 70s, 80s, have some health issues. We understand if somebody in mid 50s, we can even understand somebody in mid 40s having some serious health issues. But mid 20s and mid 30s, which you see so frequently nowadays, that was puzzling me. And not just any normal person, I would say, but every couple of months I would hear either some Hollywood celebrity, some athlete, Olympic, right, whether from Canada or US. So it's not a question of the person is not aware, person is not disciplined, because who can be more disciplined than an Olympic athlete? And yet, like 30s, mid 30s, they are having all kind of chronic, critical, terminal, different kind of illnesses. And you wonder what's going wrong, where is the issue lies, and what are we missing here? And based on that, this topic came into my research and what I'm presenting, what I realized. So working on this, whether it is a heart attack, whether it is tumor, whether it is, a normal person, celebrity, doesn't matter, you see across. So in very simple terms, there are two things we need to understand. One is biological age and one is genetic age. Because typically when we are talking, oh, this person at this age, we are referring to biological age, which is easy. We know when a person was born, and then based on number of years, it's easy to calculate the biological age. But what about the genetic age? If they were same, Then it's easy. You say, hey, 30 years of biological, 30 years of genetic. Biological is going by the clock. You do nothing. You can sit here for 30 years, your biological age will keep going up. But genetics depends on your actions, depends on what you do, where, how, a lot of those things. And on top of it, very common topic of discussion these days is, oh, it's in my genes. My grandfather had it, my father had it, or my mother's side, or, something. And then we just blame it on it. Oh, my genes. What can I do? I cannot change my DNA. DNA is DNA. I got it from my family. So basically, it's the family issue now. Why we feel comfortable doing it? One reason is that we relieve the pressure that, okay, I cannot do anything. So what can I do? It gives comfort. Whereas if anything brings an action on your side, then obviously some guilt comes. So the first thing is neither we have to be in any guilt nor in any kind of, pain, trauma, or any kind of thing. So fourth thing here, when we talk about genetic age, first is your DNA, of course, because that's where we are talking about this whole genetical thing. So that is very easy. It's clear. Now, it's not easy to measure. How do you do? Even if you go to your family doctor cannot tell you that, okay, there is a blood test and, get your blood group or get your simple blood. There are different parameters that you can get it checked. It's not one of those easy ones. Now comes the epigenetics. So epigenetics is something which has been in discussion very recently, in the sense of many years, not recent means just a year or two, but not like 100 or 200 or 50 years. This has been so much in popularity in terms of acceptance, understanding in the last, you can say, 10, 20 years, when people understand that epigenetics means that environment. So it is not the genes, but it is the environment of the genes which is impacting you. Then comes your lifestyle. Big impact comes on your lifestyle. What is lifestyle? What you eat is only a small portion. What time you are eating, how frequently you are eating, right? When are you waking up? When are you sleeping? All those things, which, just to add a few, like, are we in sync? Means, are we living according to circadian rhythm, or are we against it? Circadian rhythm means sunrise is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time, depending on the, month of the year and all. And then there is a clock. Every 2 hours, the energy goes in different part of your body. So when it is the time of resting, as a student, we feel, oh, I will study whole night. Why? I will gain, 5, 6 hours. I will do better in my exam. So when the body was supposed to rest, you are studying, means you are not letting the body rest. And then when are you sleeping? In the morning. When the body is ready for some action. You are eating, you have to digest, you have to do, the body is confused. When the body wanted to rest, you did not let it rest. When body wanted to eat, you are sleeping. So we are totally against the circadian rhythm. We are not in touch with Panchbhutas. We are made out of Panchbhutas, but our lifestyle has been messed up. We are not out there in the sun. We are not out there in fresh air. Most of the time, your house is sealed. Your car, sealed. Offices, sealed. How many minutes, forget even hours in a day, that we can say, yes, I was out in the open and breathing the fresh air. I was under the sun, getting some vitamin D and all, like Akash factor, the earth. We feel that earth, yeah, I'm walking 2 hours a day, or 1 hour, or 15 minutes, or half, whatever. But that walking is not walking on earth. You are wearing some kind of shoes, chappals, slippers, sandals, whatever it is, but you are not bare feet. So we are missing the touch. So there is no grounding, there is no what we call earthing, or the ion exchange between your body and the earth. So we are missing the earth element. We used to play with mud. If you go to any beach, lake, now you do gardening. First, what do we do? Put on the gloves. I mean, this was your chance to be with Mother Nature. This was your chance to be with earth element. And what do we do? Insulate our hands in the name of all kind of, that no, no, no. Like, of course, COVID is a very special case that yes, we need to sanitize our hands and whatnot. But we have really gone in extreme other direction. So we missed. That's part of lifestyle. So our lifestyle is totally against nature. It is not in sync with nature for most of us. Some percentage, if you're living in village or, you're fortunate actually. People think, oh, I'm missing the big city life and this, that. Well, in some factor, yes, but most of the factor, which is health related, you are actually enjoying. And your thoughts, the biggest of all is your thought. Thoughts never leaves you 24/7. You are sleeping, but your brain is working. You are sleeping with some thoughts in mind. You wake up and there is some thought. You think you are sleeping in peace? No, you're sleeping with your phone beside you. And the social media is always going ping, 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 and then disturbing or not disturbing, but your brain knows it's happened. Something is happening. So it's having some impact. So let's look at the DNA because DNA, yeah, this is one thing. Immediately we come and say, what can I do? It's in my DNA. So what is DNA? DNA, yes, it's a blueprint. It is who we are. You can say if you are twins, there are two brother, sister, whosoever, and you will have a same DNA. Yes, that is correct. Yet, those two will not be identical. At birth, yes, you have DNA, no doubt about it. Your actions, your experience, your choice, your thoughts will be different. And that is why even twins will show some differences. But let's talk about this DNA part. So the smallest unit in our body is the cell, human cell. Combine some cells becomes tissue, and then combine a lot of tissue becomes an organ. And then a lot of organs or multiple things makes a system. Multiple system makes our human body. So in our body systems, we have circulation system, we have nervous system, we have digestive system, many systems. Each digestive system has many things. It has stomach, it has intestine, it has many, not just one organ. And if you pick just stomach, it has many different type of tissues. And then cells, smallest unit is cell. So what happens in a cell? Cell is so small you cannot see with your naked eyes. You need a microscope. Inside the cell, you have 23 pair of chromosome. Every cell has it. Right? So imagine a cell has empty space. Inside in the middle is a nucleus. Nucleus is 10 microns. So you go 0.00000. You can imagine if you go 10 micron, what does it mean? Just to understand it, this, what we are talking about, the chromosome that is being, inside the cell, because you have 23 pair of chromosomes. It's 1.8 meters, nearly 5 feet. Now you must be wondering, I just said the nucleus is 10 micron. And when we are talking about this DNA, it is 5 feet. I mean, is there some, calculative mistake? Is there any data? No. This thing is the winding. You can imagine how tightly this is winded and compressed. That's such a big thing. If you just stretch it, it becomes 5 feet, but in a compressed way, it is inside one cell, and not just one. You have 23 pairs. Now, you have the DNA, and DNA, the story doesn't end there because this is where the blueprint is. What is a blueprint? Say, for example, I need to cook something, and I say, okay, I want that dish. So what I do is I go and pick a recipe book. That book may have 100 different recipes, and I want only one. I go open that page and I cook that particular one based on what is written in that particular page. So the book may have, say, arguments like 100 pages. Doesn't matter to me. I want page number 25 where this recipe is. I'm only using that page. Similarly, DNA has a lot of variability in all the information. So when a cell is produced, one particular information is used, depending on whether you want a cell for your skin, for your eye, for your stomach, for your intestine, because these cells are different, just like different recipes. For something, you may need page number 25. For something, you may need to page number 45. Same is DNA. But in this DNA, then there comes a chromosome. You must have heard that, oh, we have chromosome, you get these chromosome, or you get one from dad, one from mom, and all those things. The important thing here is these pair of chromosome, like a bottle has a cap, so that the, water bottle, if you go and buy, uh, you will not buy just with the open, because water will spill out. So here, chromosome at the end, what you see here, on the screen, this is at the end is a cap. So what happens there is this cap here is telomere. It is protecting the chromosome, both on the top and on the bottom. Now, this is where a lot of critical thing comes into play, and then we will see. Now, let's look at when we are talking about DNA, we have two things. First, telomerase, it is an enzyme. And then come telomere, what we were just looking at, the cap part. So what happens? We need this enzyme to produce telomere. Why it is so important, right? Because shorter the telomere, weaker our immune system. Shorter the telomere, more inflammation. And any health issues that we have, one thing in common, you will have inflammation. So what happens? Stress gives you weaker immune system. Stress gives you high inflammation. So why this is so important? There was a Nobel Prize in 2009 on this telomerase, this enzyme, and the relationship with telomere. That's when Elizabeth, Carroll, and Jack, there were three scientists who got together. It was a combination of three. And this then clarified, this then, answered the question that what we have in the, in our history. The oldest person goes to about 122 years. There are people with 116. There are many people like 100 plus. But in the range of 116, 120, you have only a couple of them. As the recorded history says, they were the oldest. So what happens here is that the telomerase is the enzyme which is maintaining this length of telomere. So what happens? Every time the cell divides, the telomere will cut into half. Now, our body is reproducing the cells 24/7. Some areas it does much faster than the other, like your lining of the stomach, skin is different than suppose your brain cells or eye or other organs. But every time a cell divides, telomere is cut into half. Based on this simple calculation, it is calculated that our human age, if everything else is right, should be 120 years maximum. Because after that, telomere is gone, and if there is no cap on those chromosomes, you cannot survive. But we don't live 120 years. It's a maximum. Usually you don't see people going 100 plus. 60 to 80 range is most common one, 80 to 90 you will have percentage will be very less. So why is it so? Why we cannot go when we are when the system is allowing us, why we cannot go? So now, comes into epigenetic. What is epigenetic? Epigenetic says genes don't create diseases. It is the environment that signals the gene. And this was the big change. And that's why it's called epigenetic. Epigenetic means something which is about genes. People say, oh, my father had heart attack, my grandfather had heart attack, I will also have. You may have same genes, but those genes can sit dormant, totally dormant. Whether they will be active or not depends on you. Who will give that signal? Environment will give. Your grandfather may have had a very short temperament. Your father may have had the short temperament, and you may go in the same route because of the environment. If you change, then you can change your destiny. Not necessarily because everyone had, you will have. Doesn't matter your family have diabetic conditions or any other thing that we always it runs in my family. No, it's the environment. Typically, because when you are raised, your family is raising you when you are very young, you are learning from people around you. And who are the most important people around you? Your parents. So you pick their habits. And that is why we blame the genes, but it's not the genes, it's the environment. Where is the environment coming from as you're growing up, you are learning from your near and dear ones around you. Still, if you can change your thoughts, you can get out of this, that, okay, a heart disease or sugar or BP or any kind of issues. It is our reaction to the environment that influences the emotion state. And this is the key. This signals the genes. Otherwise, it is switched off. I'm sitting, I'm there, but I'm switched off. No harm. The moment the switch is turned on, now I will act the way I want to, create some kind of health issues. So we are our own genetic engineer. We can reverse serious issues in our body as well. Because by meditation alone, it's been proven that 2,200 out of 23,000, because our body has about roughly 23,000 genes. 22, and this is about 3 years old data or 2 years. So by now, again, there's no public information available, but all we can say is this number may have gone higher. This is what is proven so far. That does not mean this is the limit. So you can imagine that it has been proven that meditation can change so many genes. That means it is in your hand whether you meditate or not. If you decide yes, that means you can influence up to 2,200 genes easily and more. So what you do is, as you meditate, you are elongating. One of the benefit you get is elongate the telomeres. And the telomere is important, we just saw. It is reducing with every division. If you can increase telomere, there is no medicine in the world which can increase telomere. You go to any pharma, there is no medicine yet. So if you can increase, means you are increasing your life. You're increasing your lifespan. If you can change your thought, you are controlling the environment. You are not letting your genes dictate your life. You are managing your own environment. If you are short-tempered, work on it. It is doable. If you do, again, now you are your own genetic engineer. Don't go to any doctor or anyone. No one can change your nature. They can suppress, give you some pills that, okay, this will suppress your blood pressure, this will do this, but nothing will change permanently. You have to work on it. So that's the very important part. So again, let's look into it. Is it just theory or is there some proof? So in 2017, Palm Spring, California, they did for 60 days some kind of meditation to self-regulate and change the inner state. Because, meditation could be different. They said, okay, do whatever, some kind of meditation. And then they did, before they measured the telomere length and after. 20 out of 27 people, 74% people increase the telomeres by meditation, which no other medicine can do. One lady, she fixed the genetic disorder. Again, by changing the thoughts, elevated emotions. You have to love yourself. If you are into that kind of critical illness or anything, means there is somewhere you have lost love for yourself. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, doesn't matter. Now, lifestyle and thoughts, right? You see, it's so important because how you get influence. We're talking about environment. Imagine you go for a cruise. Doesn't matter whether you have business, work, or whatever. When you go on a cruise, everybody, if you are just observing from a distance, everybody's partying, right? Everybody's in a party mood. Okay, somebody may be doing different things, but category will be, yeah, they're trying to enjoy, they are having fun. Why? Environment. कहते हैं ना, माहौल ही ऐसा है. Everybody's enjoying, you also enjoy. Like sometimes you may have observed, if even if you are, doesn't matter, family, work, colleagues, if somebody is laughing hard, you don't know why the person is laughing. You start laughing. Environment. Same thing. If somebody is crying, all of a sudden the mood changes in the office, home, whatever, right? You don't know what happened, what the news came. The person is just crying. All of a sudden the emotions will be sadness and bit of, everybody's trying to help the person. But the main thing is your own mood changes, your emotions changes. Why? Environment. And this happens 24/7 with us, whether we realize or not. So what are the factors positively impacting your age? Feeling of true love. True love doesn't mean, okay, my kid, my parents, or this or that. No, true love means really, if you're ready to do things, whatever you can do for others without any expectation in return. No business, no give and take. With your parents, kids, obviously, you will do, is given. But when you're ready to do for anyone, a known person, that's really the true love. I'm not saying with the family is not true love, that is, but really the true love comes when you are doing things for others, like, seva, like you do volunteer work. You don't know the people, you're just doing volunteer work. Why? True love. When you live in gratitude, gratitude means what? I had a very bad day, right? Everything seems to be going against me. So it's so natural, whether work, family, neighbors, somebody's giving me a hard time and I'm in those negative thoughts. All you have to do is pause and think. In the same 24 hours, did someone help me? Did someone do something for me? And the moment we put the negativity away, you will see so many things, small, small or big, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, this person helped me, or that person was holding the door for me, or this. You will find couple of positivity. Sure, 100% in any 24 hours, any day that you analyze. It's just that it's in front of us, we don't see it. Why? Because we are stuck with negativity. कहते हैं ना, नेगेटिविटी का काला चश्मा पहना हुआ है हमने. So all we can see is negativity. We cannot see positivity because we cannot see through it. Negativity बहुत जल्दी समझ में आ जाती है. One person says some, like media. You open the television. That's why I don't watch news and all. If news has to come to me, it will come. I don't want to kill my day just watching TV and all negativity and all those kind of things. Why? Then you lose the feeling of gratitude, means the positivity in your life. Your outlook will change. So you have to be very careful. Feeling of oneness comes when you have the positivity, you are ready, and you can also see that others are doing for you. That's where the oneness comes. Otherwise, the ego comes. Oh, I'm doing for others, no one does for me. The moment you have that, whatever you are doing for others is no more positive because you have attached a string to it. Oh, I'm doing for everyone, no one does for me. There goes zero. Negative. Because these positive, what we just talked about, looks very simple. Oh, gratitude, true love and all, but it is difficult. And you have to make an effort to be in gratitude mode. It's very easy to get into the negative thoughts, negative factors, which is high stress. Everybody wants to do everything for everyone in terms of my family, my kids, my parents, and this and that. Everybody wants everything now. This is our lifestyle. The moment you finish one thing, we have raised the bar, or we have started another project or some other expectation. And in all this, we are losing the self-touch. We are losing the self-respect, self-love, self-esteem, confidence. Why? Because you are burning out. You are just run, run, run. Whatever positive is happening, we are neglecting. We are not acknowledging it. So everything looks like high stress, negativity all around. Everybody is blaming me, though I am the most hardworking person, yet. And those stories keep repeating. If you had some idea, you have lost your purpose. What is my soul plan? What is my purpose of life? What is it that I truly want? What is it that I really enjoy doing it? I may want to be a musician, but now I'm stuck with oh, my parents told me to become a doctor or engineer or lawyer or whatever that career is. Somebody told me to do. I lost the touch with my heart. My heart was taking me to music, to sports or dance or whatever that may be. And then what happens when you have all this negativity is poor friend-family relationship. I'm fighting with neighbors, I'm fighting when I'm driving, and I'm fighting at work. Or if someone else is doing the same, I don't have any defense mechanism because I am already on a very thin edge. Because I'm under stress. My environment is all negative. And that impacts our genes more than anything else. So let's look at the genetic age. So what happens is people vary widely. Okay. There is a factor. If you can slow down your aging, if you are doing meditation every day, if you are doing pranayama, yoga, you will be able to slow down. So it's a factor of 0.4 of biological age. So if your biological age is 75 years, 0.4 will take you to 30 years. If your age is 90 years, genetic age could be only 36. That's why sometimes you meet the people and you say, oh, wow, this person is so young at heart. I cannot imagine you are 75, 60 or 90, whatever. Because biologically you may be 90 or 80 or 70, but your genetical age could be as low as, if you are 90, it could be as low as 36. Under ideal, that 0.4, what science has seen. Even if you say not 36, say 40 or 45 or 50, I'm biologically 90 years, but I'm as good as 50 years old. It's possible because that's what we have seen it. But hey, every coin has two sides. You flip the coin, now it becomes a factor 2.5. So your biological age is only 20, but you may be already 50 years of genetic age. You see the students? Especially when the field they want to go in and competition is very tough, they are killing themselves because they are studying whole day. They are not going for party or friends, or their mission is one, just get admission in this university or this program or whatever. And I may be burning it out. I may be 30 years. Okay, I got admission, I did my university and all, but I may be already 75 years of genetical age. So people say, when is a good time to do meditation? Well, age 7, start. Before age 7, don't worry. 7 to 12 is the time, teach your child. Can you really teach someone? No, generally child will only do what you do, not what you say. So if the child sees you doing something, they may follow it. Chances are very high. If you tell your child, don't worry about me, I know I don't do and all those things, but you should do it. Good luck. Generally, it doesn't happen. Why? They are seeing that you don't follow and you are trying to preach them, and everybody is doing same. So point here is, you may be 20 years, but actually you may be 50. 30 years, already 75. So imagine by the time you are hitting 40, you are already in mid 80s. And this is the reason, friends, as I was talking in the beginning, that I was wondering what is missing, where we are going wrong. And this is the reason that why in mid 20s and mid 30s nowadays, it is so much common. Not only here in India, you see mid 30s, people are getting, at work and at home, and heart attack is coming. I mean, how mid 30s, how can you get an heart attack? This is one of the reasons, but one of the prime reason. You cannot see, there is no mechanism, there is no report card which is telling you this is your genetic age. And everybody thinks, oh, I'm in mid 20s, mid 30s, I don't have to exercise. Or even if I go to exercise, right, I can have any kind of thoughts, whatever, because I go to gym daily. No, gym is only physical. The bigger impact comes from your mental, psychosomatic thoughts. Thoughts are the main thing. So, masters, we should not just blame the genes. This is the factor which is happening. Let's look at one more example. In meditation experiment, 32 people were selected and different genes and protein were tested. 7,500 different gene expressions were observed. Within 4 days, many genes, they were activated or upregulated. Upregulated means, it's like, your cell phone says, new version available, and you upregulate or upgrade your versions of software, whatever you have. Same thing happens with our DNA. And this happens during meditation. But with meditation, you can expect different kinds, what is known, what is proven, like anti-aging, healing, autoimmune diseases, cell repair, your tissues, your systems, stem cells, your metabolism, suppression of tumor. These are very commonly seen. So we don't have to apply the brain once even science has proven this. Just do meditation. But keep in mind, you don't want to apply the brake and press the pedal at the same time. So you are saying, my car is not moving. I'm pressing the pedal full. Yeah, but you're also applying the brake. So you do go to gym or such thing, but at the same time, you are in full-on negativity and all those things. It won't help. Do meditation, get away from the negativity. Now you are going in the right direction. So what does it mean? You have to rewire your brain. Very simple mechanism to understand is you have to start from your brain, bring it to your body, take it to your soul. What does it mean? 80 to 90% of our thoughts are same as yesterday. So if you are stuck in some story, that story continues for a very long time. It's so common, people will say, oh, last year this guy said this to me, so I'm not talking to him. For 5 years, I'm not talking. Or 10 years, we were best friend in our university, but now 25 years, we have never seen each other. You think it doesn't impact you for 25 years if you have not spoken to a person because of some negativity. That negativity is hurting you every day. So you have to change your thoughts. New thoughts will bring new choices. New choices will give you new behavior. New behavior will give you new experience. New experience will give you new emotion. And emotion is the triggering factor for different chemicals. Depending on the emotion, the body will secrete different enzymes, hormones. And that is what will transform your body physically. So you started with your brain, now you're changing your body. And this transformation, once it comes in your hand, you are at the driving seat that I can change my thoughts, my emotions, my physical being. Now you are supernatural. Now you're getting to the soul level. So if you are stuck with only one and don't keep moving, it won't help. Like very small example, say every day you reach late to work. You say, no, enough is enough. I will leave 15 minutes early today. So you have a new choice. What this choice will do, you have left early. Now you're not late. You're not honking. You're not driving like crazy on the freeways. So you have new behavior now. With this behavior, your experience is different. You're driving calm, cool, you're reaching office in time. So your emotions is very much balanced. You're not entering hiding that nobody should see me because I'm 10 minutes late. Now, in fact, you want everybody to see you that you are on time. So your emotions are totally different. When emotions are positivity and rather than hiding, you are waving at everyone and saying hello, the chemicals are positives. No more cortisol, adrenaline, those stress hormones. Now it's all dopamine, oxytocin, and all positive hormones. When positivity goes, your body will get the positive dose, means you're positive in terms of your mental, emotional, everything. So now your whole day will go differently. So who changed? You change. What did you do? You change your thoughts with reference to a choice and then behavior, ultimately emotion. Emotion change the hormone enzymes, the way our body functions. And now you're a totally different person. So that is what we mean by thinking to doing for being. When it becomes your habit, you don't have to remember all this. It body will just work continuously. So again, we talked about all this. How do we do it? Meditation. You don't have to go anywhere, just anapanasati meditation. Very simple. You don't, there are all different kind of meditation. Every now and then you will hear a different name. Do whatever you like, but stick to the basic, good enough. Pranayama, slow breathing, right? I highly recommend Anulom Vilom. It's really wonderful, and I always do before meditation. So if I have 30 minutes meditation, I would certainly do 5 minutes Anulom Vilom. Why? Anulom Vilom slows down your brain waves. Why? Because it slows down your breathing. And what do you want to do in meditation? Slow down your brain waves. So Anulom Vilom prepares you, already slowing down and calming down your brain waves. And before that, Sukshma Vyayam, stretching exercises. Don't just, I woke up at 5 and straight away, I'm here, pranayam or this. Your body will get benefit if it is early morning. However, your body will not be able to capture the maximum optimum impact of the energy that can flow through your body. Why? It's like highway is jammed during rush hour. So when we do Sukshma Vyayam, we are rotating the joints, your wrist, your elbows, your shoulders. Your body is now ready to receive the energy and it can flow head to toe very effectively. And that is the most important thing, that I got the energy and I can make use of it. So masters, at what age you would like to start this process? People think, oh, meditation and all this thing is when I retire. No, it's too late. Retired 60, 65, 55, whatever age you think you will retire. Who knows what will be your genetic age by then? Start as early as possible. That's why I love working with youth. And if youth, they understand this, they don't have to go to hospital, they don't have to see a doctor, they can avoid so many things. So masters, this was about the topic today. It's in your hand. Don't be scared about genes. Doesn't matter what runs in your family, you can change it. Because it is the environment which creates the problem. So if you have any question about today's session, yeah, please feel free to unmute yourself and you can ask.
Thank you, Gauravji. My goodness. Amazing session. Amazing information. And really, we can apply everything in our lifestyle. I mean, yoga, pranayam, and meditation, and the combination of the thinking right, not thinking, and be positive. My goodness, it really brings the best life we can have it as a human being, I think, and for everybody else too around us. So anybody has a question, please feel free.
I have a question for the last slide, Mr. Gauravji.
Yes.
So my question is, first we have to do a Sukshma Vyayam followed by the slow breathing of Anupam Vilom. and then followed by the Anapanasati Dhyan?
That is what I highly recommend, that you start with Sukshma Vyayam, means just stretching. So
Right.
head to toe. You
Mm-hmm.
say 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
One can do just rotating the joints.
Right.
And then you go for Anulom Vilom, 5 minutes.
Okay.
You can do 10 if you have time, depending on how much time you have.
That
My
is for the breathing, right? From the
breathing.
right. Okay.
Anulom Vilom is breathing, which is alternate nostril breathing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And what I refer is without a pause, because Anulom Vilom can be done with exhale,
And
pause, inhale, pause. What I'm referring here is no pause, just exhale, inhale.
okay.
The reason is this is the most forgiving. Any medical condition one may have, this is the most forgiving, means the least side effect.
Okay.
When you do with pause, the benefit is higher, but then depending if someone may have heart issues, some blood pressure, so then
Right.
you know. So when in this session, I have no idea who's listening, and the best is Anulom Vilom without a pause.
Okay. Got it. Okay. All right.
And then, of course, you do meditation. So, for
Right.
example, I have only half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I say, no, I want to do full 30 minutes meditation to get full advantage. Actually, it is better if I do only 20 minutes meditation and I do 5 minutes Sukshma Vyayam and 5 minutes
Okay.
Anulom Vilom.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Still 30 minutes, I'm not increasing my time, but I will get why? Because by the time I finish Anulom Vilom, my brain is already slowed down.
Right.
There is no mechanism, there is no pill that I can tell my brain to slow down. Very effective way is you slow down your breathing. Why it slows down your brainwave is when you are breathing normally or slowly, brain knows you are safe.
Okay.
If there is a danger, there is no way a person can breathe normally. In fact, you will breathe much faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So brain automatically gets this message without you doing or saying anything that I am safe. You don't have to convince your brain. Brain knows, then brain slows down.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is follow Anapanasati, your normal process, which is,
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
observe your breath and all that. And that's it.
Okay.
Now, suppose if you say, I do 1 hour a day,
Right.
you can do 7 minutes Sukshma Vyayam, 7 minutes Anulom Vilom,
Mm-hmm.
and the remaining time, your
Right.
Anapanasati.
Right. Right. Depending on your availability of time.
Exactly.
Okay. And what are the different clues for changing negativity to positivity?
Sorry, clues means that
Uh,
whether you're in the right path, right direction.
if the people thinks any incident happened and if somebody thinks negative, how can it be changed? Practicing to do the to turn into positive instead of finding this happened to me, but instead they said, "Oh, in the morning this was so good for me," something like that.
So you mean if something wrong happens with you, so
Uh,
rather than being negative, how can you be positive?
right.
Okay. So it's a totally different topic in itself, but I'll tell you the simple answer. Uh, if you have heard about soul plan or purpose of life,
Uh-huh.
it tells you that whatever is happening in your life is your planning.
Okay. That. Yeah.
So if you do not know about it, doesn't matter. Just take it for granted. So
Okay.
for example, somebody comes and yells at me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say my boss.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the normal reaction will be
I
whatever.
did.
There is some anger, there is some
Right.
some dissatisfaction with all. Other option is I just sit back and I say, I must have done in the pre-birth planning, means before I was born as a soul, I requested this person to behave like this with me so that I improve something. So all you have to do is say, okay, this guy was yelling. It was totally wrong, not my fault. But what can I improve? Oh, maybe I did not communicate it properly, or I didn't do this thing. Find something that you can do better next time.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
And if it is repeating in your life, means different in relationship, family, neighbor, work. If this common thing comes again and again, that yes, my communication, I can improve my communication, then this could be your soul plan that, okay, I'm supposed to improve or work on my communication in this life. That's why it is repeating. So don't worry about one-off things, but
Right.
there is a theme will come to you. If you start asking yourself, there will be a theme that, okay, I can never defend myself. I'm too weak. So increase your self-esteem or self-confidence, or self-respect, whatever that is, or communication, or, oh, I'm very fearful. I can never, whatever. So it could be fear, right? Life will tell you if you sit back and ask the question yourself.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Very well.
Very good question, Linaben.
Yeah.
Anybody else has a question? Kisorbai?
Yes, I do. Always. Gauravji, my question is, I'm looking for an answer since a long time of this question I have in my mind. Many in this day and age, many seniors of our age are afraid to go out. They don't go out to mandir. They do not go out to derasar. They do not go out to bhajans and isolate themselves. And I was wondering that why they do that. Why are they not living normal life? And I did little research on that, and what I found out that unfortunately they were afraid of catching bacteria from other human beings, and to the point that they did not trust their own shadows, that they may feel they'll catch bacteria there. Now, is this kind of fear is real, or it is simply a harming fear? Because this is not going to extend their life anymore, in my opinion.
So see, the moment we say fear, it is the most common factor in most of our life to work on as a human being, as a soul, right? Fear is a very common, the low level emotion that we, like most of the people have. Now, fear, what does it do? It only, okay, let's put it this way. First, you get whatever you ask. Universe is very generous. Universe does not put any filter. If you say, I want a glass of water, universe gives you water. If you say, I want a glass of poison, universe gives you poison. Universe will not say, why are you asking poison, buddy? It's your choice. I'll give you whatever you ask. So when we fear, we are asking for poison. Universe will not say, oh, this is not good for you or good for you. Your choice. You ask, I deliver. That's universal law and job. So when we are fearful that I should not catch germs, cold, cough, or whatever, we are inviting it in our life. The more you fear, the more you invite.
Exactly. That's
And
what
then
I
we wonder
always
why
tell
I'm falling
people.
sick all the time. Because you have been asking the universe. And you say, I never asked. But you have been thinking about it. Thinking is asking. So if you're thinking that, my neighbor will fight with me, I know this guy will come and again do this, always fighting, he will come and fight. You invited it because you have been thinking about that person.
Right.
So not going somewhere because of whatever reason, but if it is by fear, that means for sure you can sit at home, you will still get sick because you have been thinking about it. On the other hand, you go without mask, you do whatever, go anywhere. If inside you are strong, your immune system is strong. Otherwise, doesn't matter what you do, your immune system will be weak. Why? Stress. Stress drops two things. First is your immune system, and then digestive system. So you can eat whatever healthy you want. It won't digest, it won't absorb. And why it does is because that's the two system. Body says, It's a luxury. So if I have to cut down to be in stress, I will take energy from here. These are not essential items for me. Essential is legs, hands to what we call fight or flight system. Either I want to run, I need energy in legs, or fight, I need energy in hand. At the same time, I need my energy in heart and lungs, because if I'm fighting, I'm fearful, my heart is beating and lung is, overload work. So where you lose energy, your immune system and digestive system. So it doesn't matter what you eat, you are weak. Immune system is not there, you fall sick again and again. So fear is one thing, does not matter what, can never do any good to anyone.
So Gauravji, how do you explain that to your dear friend to get rid of the fear and live longer?
Why should I explain to anyone?
Because we love them.
But that's your problem, not mine. If you are trying to convince someone else, you are inviting problem in your life.
All right.
You are,
Thank you.
you
You
are,
answered the question very well. Thank you very much.
no, seriously, you are interfering in someone else's business. It doesn't matter if it is your spouse, if it is your kids, it's your parents, doesn't matter who. You are interfering. You can inform the person. Once is my rule, maximum twice, not even 3 times. Maximum twice. First time, maybe I did not communicate properly, or maybe I left, but not more than 2. Because you don't know what the other person's soul plan is. Right? हम अपने इमोशन में, ओ मेरा बच्चा, या my parents are elderly, or of course spouse, right? We go in that emotion. But we don't know सामने वाले का soul plan क्या है. Maybe the person, the soul has planned for some what we call suffering, right? So let it be. Every story is not a what is his name? A Karan Johar movie. Not every story is not Karan Johar movie, right? So it doesn't have to be all happy, 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 and everybody is millionaire and billionaire. No, there are real stories. Every soul has a story. We say the soul is suffering, but how do we know? Soul had that plan. You have to experience both sides every life, whether this or next doesn't matter. So if you are suffering now, you may enjoy later. If you have enjoyed already, you may suffer now, because you have to experience both sides of the coin. So this is the reason I'm saying, if we keep forcing someone, then we are interfering in his or her life, which is not acceptable to universe.
Yes, Gauravji, I'm not talking about forcing. That you love somebody and you want to bring to their attention lovingly.
Just share the wisdom. That's all we can do. Like right now, I'm only sharing. Whether you follow or not, totally each one of your choice. I'm not expecting anyone will follow. I'm not saying tomorrow I want a validation that what you followed, what was the result, nothing of that sort. If I do, I'm creating problem for myself. Same is with my kids. I did the same thing, when as last 5 years I researching, the first thing what you do, bombard them with the theory, with information, and say, do this, do this, do this. And they just, hey, what's happening? Then I backed off. I said, yeah, this is not right. I'm interfering. Now they are doing without me telling them. Now they are asking me question and they pick what they want to do. If they ask me, I give more detail. But now they ask me more than when I was forcing them and pushing. Give them time. They know you have this information, they will come. Tell them once, tell them twice. That's it. After that, you have to work on your emotion and say, okay, if you are over worried, if you are over concerned, then your soul has to work on this.
Very good.
Thanks.
Very good. Very good.
Very nice.
Yes, there is a hand raise by somebody's iPhone. Nina's iPhone, I think.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Go ahead.
Gauravji, I have a question on Anulom Vilom.
Ji.
Like when you do Anulom Vilom, one of the nostrils sometimes it's blocked and one has the perfect flow. So then I feel that I'm not doing in a perfect way. So any remedy for that or any solution?
So Ninaji, देखिए, first of all, the way our body function is an automated process. Every 48 to 50 minutes, the nostril changes, right?
Mhm.
I'm not talking about Anulom Vilom in general. There
Right.
will be one dominant, and that dominance, if you check every hour, I'm just rounding it off from 50 minutes to an hour, you will see it has
Right.
changed from this to this, left to right. So if this is the case, so for example, if I do now and my left is dominant, then the right one, I will say, it seems like as if it is partially blocked. An
Mhm.
hour later, if I feel the same partially blocked instead of right now it is left, then I know it is my natural mechanism. In this case, I will not worry. I'll do it. Second scenario could be you have some congestion, of physical congestion.
Mm.
Then even after an hour, your left will remain left. It will not switch because it's a physical congestion.
Okay.
In that case, of course, I will highly recommend if you have, if you are aware about Jal Neti pot.
Mhm.
Uh, those are one of the basic detox kriyas. And there is, at least if you have this thing, have you heard about Goli Go Goli Maro program by Dr. Dhiren?
Yes, yes, you explained recently, so I'm gonna just refer it.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is one thing. If you have not had a direct learning from someone, then that could be one possibility. But if it is just the natural mechanism, don't worry, do it. And even otherwise, one side would be little discomfort, but it should not be fully blocked that you are forcing yourself. If it is partial, you can do it until it becomes too like discomfort is so high that you say, no, I cannot. Then just do yoga, and after yoga, go for your meditation. But certainly do Jalneti, because forget the meditation, forget the yoga. If it is blocked, that means your whole day, yeah,
Right.
you will have more negativity in your life than positivity because of this irritation,
Mm. Okay.
right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yes. Jalneti is very good. I use it, whenever I have a problem too. Yes. Quite many of us are doing the yoga with Saurabhji.
Yeah.
Both. So, I myself has been doing for last 10 months, and quite many of us are doing, because it has a very good, set of the timings. It matches with our timings too here. So
I do.
and, yes, Lina Ben is doing too, and quite many are doing. And I think it works very good with both young and the seniors. So it's a very good, I don't know whether you ever heard of him or not, but young guy, but he's very good. And I think I recommend each and everyone should do it. Yoga is, my goodness, one of the best thing for your flexibility of the body. And Gauravji himself is a yoga teacher too.
Wow.
See, yoga is.
Yes, go ahead, Gauravji.
Is this Saurabh Botra?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, go ahead, Gauravji.
See, yoga is one thing that if one person dedicate whole life just for yoga, even then it is not enough. Because
Yes.
yoga, if you go by all yoga sutras, it is so deep. It is what we are typically referring by yoga is just the asanas. But actually, even meditation, pranayam comes under yoga if you
Yes.
really go as. So, absolutely. I mean, no wonder, India was always seen as a land of yoga, means
Yes.
it's our lifestyle. It used to be our lifestyle. It has changed now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, it's at a time. I mean, he must have like 6 sessions of the day.
Yeah.
And each session is close to 8 to 10,000 people joining it.
Yeah.
To do it. So it's amazing amazing, part of everybody's life. And I
Wow.
think if whoever is want to try it, please go ahead and try it. And it's amazing thing, I'm hooked into it for last 10 months, I had to do it every month, every day, once a day, 1 hour. And I could see the flexibility in my body. Yeah. Anyway, Gauravji, if we can do some small meditation, if you don't mind, or whatever you want, if you have a time.
Sure. I think Madhuri ji just raised hand. I think we have already
Yeah, go ahead,
taken
Madhuri
messages.
ji.
And then right after
Hi.
that, we will go.
Madhuri ji is my sister,
Okay, okay.
and she's in India, but right now she's in Kutch.
Oh, okay.
There is a ashram. She's quite a bit devoted soul herself also, and she's very evolved also, and she's in that Kutch ashram where everything is pyramid.
Awesome.
The
Well,
temples, the meditation rooms, wherever you look, beautiful white marbles with pyramids in there. And that's where she is. And go ahead, Madhuri.
well, I
Pranam,
could see
sir.
the smile in common, both of you. So if you say she's your sister,
Yeah,
no,
me. You're right, sir. सर ऐसा है कि मैं ये योगा प्राणायाम और मेडिटेशन मेरा बहुत ही होता है इधर आश्रम में भी और कहीं भी। मेरा एक डायबिटीज का प्रॉब्लम है कि वो मुझे गोली लेनी ही पड़ती है। आई वांट टू, मुझे कट करना है वो, लेकिन अभी 14-15 साल से है, लेकिन ये निकलता नहीं है मेरी। अभी थोड़ी मैं मेडिटेशन और ये सब करते करते मुझे जो साइकोलॉजिकल या कोई बड़ी आवाज से पहले मुझे बोलता था तो मैं अंदर से सहम जाती थी, वो थोड़ा कंट्रोल में आया है, लेकिन फिर भी कभी कभी ऐसा होता है। लेकिन अभी मैं क्या करूं कि जिससे ये थोड़ा कंट्रोल में आ जाए। तो मेरी ये डायबिटीज की अभी तो जो भी गोलियां है वो इतनी वो ज्यादा पावर की नहीं है, फिर भी मुझे वो कट करना है। अभी 14-15 साल से है। डर भी लगता है कभी क्योंकि किडनी या हार्ट कहाँ भी कुछ करे होता है। तो आप कुछ मुझे गाइड कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में?
देखिए, इसके बारे में मैं दो चीज आपको जरूर कहूँगा। पहली चीज जो है, अ, कोई भी जो हमारे बीमारी होती है, एनी, राइट, देयर इज अ रूट कॉज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू आवर थॉट्स. So we have to do two things. First, like abhi we were talking about, if we apply brake and accelerator both at the same time, the car will not go anywhere and we are wasting energy. So first is, again, I will say goli ko goli maro. That program, I highly recommend. After 2 months, there will be another session. What I liked in that is the way he kind of explains the process of those detox kriyas, right? And any question one-on-one you can ask, kind of. So that is one thing, because what happens when you have certain thoughts, they get, in terms of emotion, stuck in one or the other organ, depending on what type of thought it is. Every organ in our body has affinity towards one particular kind of thought. So that's why, depending on the thought, it may go and stuck around your kidneys or heart or liver and this and that. Diabetic is also one of the very common, emotion-based things. And there are reasons or certain emotions that because of which this happens. So do the detox, whatever emotions are stuck in terms of those hormones, enzymes, they will be released. At the same time, you will have to work on your, the emotion, the mindset. So once you do these two, diabetic is one thing that is really easy to overcome. When I say easy, means with the proper detox and diet. With different naturopaths, this thing is being seen again and again. So I have no doubt about it.
Thank you. When you are saying that it's easy, तो थोड़ा और भी हौसला आएगा कि करना चाहिए।
नहीं, इसमें मतलब कोई डाउट वाली बात नहीं है, राइट। एंड क्योंकि अभी लग रहा है, बट you will see very soon. The only thing, again, I'm saying is uh, to look at both. What I can do is later on, I can send some notes on specifically on diabetics. So I can send it to Damayanti ji, and she can maybe forward it to you,
Sure.
which is the standard, not for you, standard, that why we end up with diabetic. Then you see what is applicable in your case. And anything that you see, yeah, this applies, this applies, this applies, you have to change those thoughts. So you stop the damage from today and in future. And whatever has happened in the past, those emotions are stuck that you have to reverse by detox.
Okay.
That is
Thank
the
you, sir.
welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we can go for
Sure.
meditation now.
Mhm.
So, masters, I do without music. I hope it is okay with everyone.
Sure.
Or
Totally,
okay.
totally fine.
So let's do.
Should we leave the gallery view, or do you want the spotlight to yourself? Or
No, whichever way, that's okay, because eyes will be closed, so really it should not
matter?
matter. And so let's try 10, 11 minutes. So please take off your glasses or wristwatch in case you are wearing one. Be comfortable.
And please, mute yourself. Yes. Go ahead.
And after you close your eyes, we'll relax the body first. So maintain a gentle smile on your face and maintain it throughout the session. Masters, just by having a gentle smile on the face, you relax vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is the longest nerve in our body. And the moment it relaxes, it reduces stress in your body. Now relax your facial muscles, your neck, your shoulders. Keep your spine straight, but fully relaxed. Relax your hands and legs and keep them in a cross posture. Now, if you wiggle your body, there should be no stress in any part of your body. Fully relaxed. Now we'll slow down our brain waves by slowing down our breathing. So we will do slow breathing. 5 rounds, 5 cycles. That means one cycle is slow exhale and slow inhale. So exhale as slow as comfortable to you. And as soon as you complete exhalation, start inhaling as slow as possible, as comfortable to you. We'll do 5 such cycles. Let's continue. Now, masters will get into deep meditation. So start observing your breath. As you inhale, as you exhale. It is very common to have some thoughts during meditation. They will come. Don't feel bad about it. Don't fight with them. Just ignore them. And start observing your breath again. Maintain your normal, natural, soft breath. Eyes closed, gentle smile on the face, body and mind relaxed. Just stay connected with your breath. This is the time when you connect with your inner self. This is the time to look inwards. So let's continue. Keep observing your breath in the same relaxed body and mind. If you get stuck with the thought, no worries. Come out of it and start observing the breath again. Let's continue. Masters. Let's rub our palms together. Place the fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly, very slowly, take the fingers off your eyes. And now open your eyes. Come to the normal self, your normal environment.
Wow. Amazing. No music, no nothing. Still went deep inside. बहुत ही मजा आया. It was really good. Thank you, Gauravji. Thank you for so informative
Thank you,
session.
Gaurav sir.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. धन्यवाद.
आप सबका भी आपने बुलाया अपने ग्रुप में and such a good masters. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was really very good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Gaurav sir.
Welcome.
It was a very different perspective. Really enjoyed
Yes.
it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Gauravji. Come again. We have to be in touch with each other and invite you again.
Sure. Anytime.
आपका deep knowledge was so good. So good. Thank you.
Welcome. Chali. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar. Dhanyawad. Thank you all for joining also. And we'll see you again next week. Next week, we have a new person coming from Arizona, a young lady. Her name is Priti Prasad. And she's, originally from India, but last 15 some years, she has been in Arizona and quite a bit spiritually involved. So I listened to her a few times and I liked it very much. So she will be coming and she'll be taking the session next week. So we'll see you again with a new master.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Great
Good night.
session.
Thank you. Thank you.